Hey everyone, nice to see you stop by the Everyday Display. I'm John, the Everyday Collector, and this week we have another special collector stopping by. Jimmy is going to be giving us a room tour of his collection. If you're on YouTube, you'll know him as VibraniumJim. Awesome collector, great friend. Jimmy, take it away.
What's up, guys? My name's Jimmy, also known as VibraniumJim. Thought I'd do a small little room tour. It's not nothing crazy. You know, decent sized rooms. I make do with what I got. But yeah, so let's get started. First piece I want to start with is the Iron Studios Daredevil. This piece, to me, is the definitive Daredevil to have in your collection. I know some people like the Sideshow one. I do too. It's not bad. I've owned it. But this one is the one to have, for sure. I actually had this repainted to a more darker red. And then I had the painter keep the two DDs and his eyes more of a shiny red to give it that like kind of like glow look. And then if you move closer, I had this part painted with the gunmetal. Probably can't see it with that light there, but yeah. And then I had the base painted with a little bit more weathering. Came out great. Funny story about this statue. Actually took me about 3 weeks to get back from my painter. UPS actually lost my statue, and thank God nothing was broken, because I probably would have been more than likely been pissed. But I'm so glad the way this turned out. The reason why I went with this color is, you know, the factory paint was a beautiful paint job, but you know, sometimes I'm the type of person that kind of gets like bored in a sense, where it's like, you know what, I want to change it up a little bit. So instead of like, you know what, I'm gonna go buy a new Daredevil, I'm gonna make this a new Daredevil. Man, that paint came out so good. I know this dark red is not for everybody, but I loved it. I love it. And actually down below, got a Storm Shadow hot toy, reptile mask, and deep in there, I don't know if you can see, you got some Ninja Turtle figures, some figures, a Nightwing, and some books. Still gotta read some of these. Some Funkos I picked up. Yeah. Moving that on. You got XM Studios Moon Knight. This is probably one of my absolute favorite statues in my collection. I actually thought about getting this repainted to the Crescent Moon suit, but didn't follow through. Man, that thing is just awesome. Look at that. This cape is still, to me, the best cape ever done. Some people don't like this, but I mean, you know, who else is gonna make a 1/4 Moon Knight? Iron Studios announced that they were gonna make one based off David Finch, but they announced that they were making Beast years ago, and look how long it took. And for a character that I love that much, I'm not gonna wait. And this, to me, is the definitive Moon Knight. The base is just, you know, gives the whole backstory of his Egyptian background, and that crescent moon is actually from Etsy, and then I added the little card. art by Ian Gist there. I thought it would be a nice touch to add the crescent moon in front of the statue. I think it's awesome. I think I'm gonna end up doing this, is buying some graded cards and putting them in front of the statues. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I've always liked that look, thought it was cool. It was another form of collecting. Man, that portrait. And then he's got the crescent moons in between the fingers there. This statue comes with another multiple switch out arms. This arm right here comes with a kind of like a hook, and then the other one is just a open palm, and then a switch out head for the man, look how those two look. That looks awesome. That looks so awesome. The switch out head is a Khonshu head, which it's nice, but this is how I want my Moon Knight to look. I can't explain how much I love this piece. Next to him is an empty space. So I'm thinking Punisher. Haven't decided yet. Maybe Punisher, Spider-Man, some street level hero. I did own the XM Studios Iron Fist, but I don't know too much about the character to kind of have him in my collection. And then here is going to be either Colossus or my custom Iceman that I have coming. So that's going to be that spot for it. Over here, you got my Gambit corner. Gambit's probably, not probably, but he is my favorite X-Men hero. Got this custom framing on this poster done. I love how he has the cards and the faces of all the X-Men there. And I added, I don't know if you can see that there, Royal Flush in the corner. It's dope. But this piece is the Sideshow Gambit maquette. I actually had this custom painted, the suit to look like that. And then I added the cigarette in his mouth. See if I can get a close up there for you. Painted his eyes red, added the cigarette. That's Gambit, not a toothpick. Piece is awesome. The dynamic look of it is just, it's Gambit. One thing I would change is the base. I don't really care about this Danger Room base so much. You know, and actually when I got this, it actually came broken. So the tip of the bow staff was broken. Some of the pieces of the explosions were broken, and then the toothpick was broken, and sent it off to get it fixed. And I just told him to repaint it for me, and you know, he did an awesome job. Same person that painted this is the person that painted my Daredevil there. Then you got the OG Gambit with the custom head. This Gambit is the best Gambit, licensed Gambit on the market. Actually, I probably would put this up even to customs. And the reason why I say that is the mixed media is done so well. And to me, this shows Gambit's attitude. Like, I'm badass. I don't care. Let's see if I can focus there. Look at that custom portrait. This sets this piece off to another level. I absolutely love that portrait. And then that kinetic energy, I just got that from a Marvel Legend and threw it on there. This is not the exclusive, so it doesn't have the kinetic cards, but I just added that for a little nice little touch. A lot of people don't like that X base. Doesn't bother me. I don't really care, because this is a classic right here. Alright, let's move down. Down here, we have Emma Frost, the White Queen. Let's get a close-up there. That portrait, that's White Queen to me. A lot of people were saying, oh, she doesn't look feminine. She comes with 2 other portraits. Sorry for the camera movement. 2 other portraits, and came with that little card. It's number 8 out of 53. I believe that's 53. I've always wanted an Emma Frost. She's actually one of my favorite female X-Men characters. I just love how powerful she is. I mean, obviously she's hot, but beyond that, she's extremely powerful, extremely strong, and she's badass. And I wanted an Emma Frost that was sexy, but also showed, you know, not necessarily like her power, because I mean, I guess the only way you can show that is like if she was turning into diamond form, but even the XM doesn't have that. The XM just has the diamond looking rose, which, I mean, the XM one is a beautiful statue too. I don't take anything away from it, but I had to get this for the price. I got this for a steal. And I'll just say it out, like, I got this for like $850 shipped. So I had to add it to my collection. I still don't think there's a definitive Emma out there. XM1 is great, but I still don't think it's definitive, in my opinion. Sideshow definitely needs to come out with another one, because they definitely missed the mark on the one that they brought out. Yep, that's Emma, White Queen. Next, we got Daniel Bell's custom RCB Cyclops. Let's zoom out there. I love how dynamic this Cyclops is. I think this Cyclops is awesome. I actually got this from Todd, so shout out to you, man. I would change maybe the paint job on the Sentinel hand. I think it's a little too flashy, like a little too gaudy, like it's very like shiny and stuff like that. I like it when it's a little more matted, I guess you can say, but it's alright. The portrait actually lights up. It's a little bit of a pain to kind of get that to light up, so, but yeah, this base is huge. When I first got it, I didn't think it was gonna be that big, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll just put it over here next to, you know, my Sabertooth, and no way, buddy, that ain't working. So he had to go in the corner here, kind of by his lonesome self. But I might see if I can put back here, because they're the Sideshow Jean Grey, because I know that she's not really that big of a piece, and I think it would be a nice touch to have all 3 of them here. You know, Cyclops and his 2 female companions, I guess. Yeah, man, this is awesome. The paint job isn't all that great, but it's not the worst. I've seen some pretty bad paint jobs on customs, and this is definitely not the worst. I love how he's got a little bit of battle damage there, you know. Comes with an extra portrait. The other portrait, his visor is kind of like broken. It's like blasting through it. But yeah, that's Cyclops. Alright, let's move on to the next. Here we have the custom Wolverine versus Ninjas. This piece is the only Wolverine I need. I got this for such a killer deal, and I know this goes for quite a bit of money on the aftermarket. Just look at that battle damage. Man, and that portrait is on point. The claws are actual metal. Swords are metal. I love when they do Wolverine like in Japan. I think it's just awesome. One thing I would change is maybe a little bit of the engineering, because the claws were a bit hard to kind of put on. These pieces here, where the claws kind of go in, they're very, very fragile. So if you push just a little bit too hard, too much pressure, they're gonna break. Look at that. Stabbed, stabbed, arrow, arrow. I'm still fucking going. Dead. He comes with two other portraits. One where he's like grimacing, more like, and then another where his whole like left side of his face is all fucked up. I have him actually back here, back there. Yeah, this is my definitive Wolverine. I don't need any other Wolverine. I know the brown one, a lot of people do like brown and then Weapon X. I'm okay. I had a Weapon X, but I sold it because I got this one. And my latest acquisition, Magneto on Throne. So a lot of people didn't like this one. I don't see why. I mean, I thought it's not the best throne piece. Obviously, there's like some crazy throne pieces out there. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. But this was different to me because it's not a Sentinel. It's the X-Jet. This took me about 2.5 hours just to put together. Jubilee's glasses, Storm's crown right there. And then you got Cyclops' visor. Then the illusion of like him, you know, levitating the Xavier's Cerebro helmet. It's awesome. This is actually done by Franco Carlissimo, who I'm a big fan of. I've owned a few pieces of his, and he does some amazing work, man. It comes with two other portraits, Unmasked one, which is not that great, but it's not the worst. There's some pretty bad Magnetos out there, and that's definitely not the worst. And then another one, which is this one here. Actually has light up eyes, but I like this one personally. White eyes, just sitting there like a G. Just ready to fuck anything up and stands in his way. Next to him, probably my favorite X-Men villain, Sabertooth. This Sabertooth is probably the one that I change out the most because, oh man, just the portraits to me are amazing. And a lot of people didn't like it. But all I have to say is if you didn't get it, you missed out, for sure. And then I know some people didn't like the way the Wendigo is. But man, this is an artistic look on the characters. And I feel like if you don't understand that, then of course you're gonna hate it. But I love this statue. I love everything about it. I got the long hair portrait. Probably switch that out tonight. Yeah. And then I got a graded Sabertooth card there. Look at the size of this, man. Like, to take this, the Wendigo, out of the box, like, was the biggest pain in the ass. You're trying not to break anything, break any of these, and man, thank God though, nothing came broken. See if I can get a look at the back here. It's just awesome, man. Look at that. Wow. Next to him is what I would consider the Omega Red Grail. This piece has yet to be beaten. I don't think it will be. XM hasn't done it. I don't foresee another custom doing it. This piece is done so well. From sculpt to paint, 10 out of 10 to me. Which is funny because it's not my favorite statue, but to me it's a 10 out of 10. Look at that. What a psychopath. I was actually thinking about getting the skull repainted to more of a human skull look, just to differentiate the carbonadium tentacle from the skull, because it kind of like blends in a little bit. And it's supposed to be Wolverine, but I think it'd be cool to be like, oh, it's one of the scientists that worked on him in Russia and he just fucking destroyed him. Look at that frost, that base. Man, I'm so happy I was able to get this piece. This piece like came with so many different tentacles, like almost 2 men, which is a good problem to have, but man, I don't even know what to do with them, because like this is the setup I like. And then he comes with multiple switch out heads. He comes with one, like a lot. One like a Viking looking ponytail. Another with like, it's just crazy. I did come with a small little breakage there, but again, I don't really go all crazy about like, oh man, you know, this piece comes with enough portraits for me to be like, all right, I'll just switch it out. And they're pretty good too. Next to him is another ginormous statue, mainly because the base is the XM Namor. Still the Namor to be beaten, but I foresee it coming because I got a custom Namor on the way that is looking to be the top tier. This Kraken is crazy. That's how you paint water. If you're gonna do water and you're gonna paint it, if you're not gonna do translucent, this is how you're supposed to paint it. Beautiful. So look at that. Power. One of my favorite Marvel characters is Namor. What they did to him in the movie, it's cool and all, but man, actor definitely needs to work out more. Then I got a Namor card here. That'd be cool to add that. Yeah, this piece was such a pain in the ass to just get to my location. It was considered freight. 95 pounds. And the box was huge. But, yeah, man. I love this statue, too. Over here, we got a Namor commission art piece by Matthew Sutton. It's him destroying Aquaman's trident, because we all know Namor is better than Aquaman. This looks awesome. That's the King in Black suit. I'm a big fan of that suit. I love the original, you know, the green swim trunks and stuff like that, but that King in Black suit, just like, he makes him look like a warrior. Now we got a framed art print of Moon Knight by Ian Gist. It's the upper deck one. They're still available. I just love the way he draws Moon Knight. You know. Here's where I just chill, watch streams, catch up, you know, just hang out. Got some more commission art pieces. So this is actually based off of this statue here. Showed it to the artist, and he was like, sure, yeah, I'll do it. It'll be a little bit more cartoony, but I said, yeah, man, do what you do. It's pretty cool. And then I got a he did a Gambit for me as well. This dude styles is pretty cool. Some more commission pieces. I'm definitely into like original art and stuff like that. So moving over here to my completed TMNT line. So these are prints that are done by Matthew Sutton, same guy that did the Namor. I thought the color of the paper and the color of the turtles, I thought it was looked amazing. So I framed them individually and then, you know, leveled it out and made it look like one big giant frame, just divided into 4. I think it came out great. This is actually a shredder cover that I had blown up and printed out. This shredder cover just shows how badass this guy is. Awesome. Moving on to the statues, we got Raphael, the man with the anger issues. I love these statues. I absolutely love everything about these turtles. I would never trade them. I would never sell them. They're just not leaving the collection. The sides are actual metal. Oh, and if anybody's wondering about the shelving, I do garage shelves. And then these corner units, you can buy them on Amazon. And then I'll either double the wood that comes with it and then put vinyl around it. And then obviously add the spotlights. all of it's done through all of this stuff. Even the vinyl is all bought through Amazon. I love the shade of green that they put on this guy. I just love how like they're still classic, but they're still kind of modern. And then again, they kind of have all the same bases, which I really like. Moving on to Leo. Not my favorite turtle, but my favorite statue out of the four. I just love how stoic and how powerful he looks, like a leader. The swords are real metal, which is a plus. Again, the shade of green. I don't know if you could tell like how different they are, like the shades of green. I love that. I love when they do that. To me, that shows attention to detail. Look at that. He's just ready to fucking fuck you up. I love how he has like the wraps around his feet and his hands. That's dope to me. Next is Shredder. He was my last piece to get, and then that was it, completed. I went with this one over the PCS because to me, I wanted my Shredder to be more ninja-like. Nothing wrong with any of the PCS ones. They look amazing. Even the turtles. But I went this route. For one, they're quarter scale. And, you know, I preferred to go custom. But all the blades on his armor are all sculpted. He comes with a switch out of this hand, holding a katana, which I believe is metal, if I'm not mistaken, or it might be like some sort of die cast. And then a switch out portrait where he's wearing the Oni mask. Look at got the scar on the eye there. Sorry if the camera's moving. But this piece is awesome. One thing I would change is maybe the paint of the actually I would probably change the entire base and give him a base like this so that they all match. But no, that's cool. No big deal. Got a sai, a few ninja weapons there, some arrows. Give it one more look there. It's awesome. Donatello, my favorite turtle. He's actually the heaviest out of all four turtles. Got the little turtle phone there. I love the stance, the olive green paint they use for his skin. It's just awesome. Again, I love how classic they are with a bit of a modern touch. You know, with the straps and the wraps on the arms and the feet. He's got his bow staff behind him. He's just ready to go. And again, they all have similar bases. Rooftop, New York, you know. Here you got Mikey, the lovable Mikey. People didn't like the whole like turtle toes ordeal. That doesn't bother me. I don't really care. You know, showing him in action, and the PCS one looks awesome. I will say that, but I still wouldn't trade mine for the PCS. We got the nunchucks back there. Nunchucks there. Look at that. Just don't know if he's enjoying smiling or he's like just ready to kick your ass. And this back here is just comic covers. I loved how they were all black, gray, and white, and then you had the headbands were the only things that were colored. I love that. I had these framed and I think it came out great. I also have a Shredder and Casey Jones, so I'm probably going to get those framed and maybe put them up here or something. Find a place for them. This commission piece was also done by Matthew Sutton. This was my first one. I told him I wanted Donatello throwing a shuriken ninja star, and he exceeded my expectation. Jumping off a roof, throwing the star, bow staff behind him, just ready to go. That's great. So that's it. That's pretty much my collection. I know it's not the biggest thing in the world. I actually have still quite a bit of space left, but I have some pieces on PO, and I got the Sideshow Archangel and the Sideshow Beast. I know a lot of people don't like that Beast, but I do. I got those on PO. What else? Custom Iceman coming in, and my custom Namor, and a few others. Maybe like, oh yeah, my XM Hawkeye. But yeah, that's pretty much the collection. I really enjoy being in this room, watching the streams, catching up and hanging out with the guys, kind of getting away from real world. Man, I love this piece so much. Yeah, I want to thank John from Everyday Collector for reaching out and letting me showcase my collection, and he's a really good dude, so give him a follow, like, subscribe. He definitely reaches out for holidays and everything like that. Like, really good guy. He helped me out in a situation that I was dealing with another collector, and we won't get into that, but appreciate it, John. Give one more pan around of the collection. Yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed seeing the pieces that I have, and yeah, like John says, collect responsibly.
Jimmy, thank you so much for stopping by the Everyday display this week. I really enjoyed your collection tour. Love what you did with your statues, having them displayed in a dimly lit room and then having the spotlights shining on them from different angles. That's the way I like to display mine as well. Looks great. That TMNT custom line, beautiful. Loving that as well. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. Your room looks so welcoming. The kind of room I'd want to kick back on a weekend evening, throw a movie on, and just relax in. So really appreciate you stopping by the Everyday Display, man. All the best, and can't wait to see how you grow your collection throughout the year. If you want to be on the Everyday Display, reach out to me at theeverydaycollector@gmail.com. Don't be shy. All collections are welcome. Figures, toys, coins, stamps. Like I always say, we don't care. It's about celebrating the collection you've built with the community. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Until next week, all the best. Stay safe. And always remember to collect responsibly. You're watching the Everyday Display.